Hey YouTube, what is going on? I haven't posted a video in quite a while because I had a lot of stuff going on. But, well, here we are. And hopefully a lot of you recognize what's sitting on the bench in front of me. And in reference to this, I have a question for a lot of you. So who likes AR-15s and enjoys AR-15s and shoots AR-15s and owns AR-15s, but is completely and utterly sick of hearing about AR-15s? They're sick of hearing it, they're sick of seeing them in the news constantly, and they just don't want to think about them anymore. They just want to shoot them and enjoy them. Well, if you've raised your hand, apparently there's a lot of you out there, including myself. So much so that it seems like the interest in at least purchasing AR-15s has waned in recent months for various reasons. And because of that, we have the subject of this video. Recently on Primary Arms, I, out of the blue, noticed that they had these Anderson stripped lower receivers marked down to $29.99, and they were running a $3.99 flat rate shipping special. So I got 3 of these shipped to my FFL for $100. That's right, 3 shipped to my FFL for $100. And he's a buddy of mine, and he only charged me $10 to transfer them. So I got all 3 of these beauties for 110 bucks. If you were to go back in time 3 years and tell myself that, I wouldn't have believed you. But after I ordered them, I went on and started researching these Anderson lowers. I kind of knew about them before, but I wasn't an expert, so I started researching, and it was generally positive, but there was a good amount of critical reviews of them, and I kind of thought, well, maybe they're ripping them because they're so cheap, and people paid more money for like Spikes lowers like I have here, and you know, I would like to see for myself. And for the price, I paid more for this lower than all 3 of these out the door. So is this one 3.5 times better? I don't know. Let's have a look. So one of the first things that I read that seemed maybe like it was a valid point is they said Anderson lowers are no longer mil spec because they do not thread the grip screw all the way through. You can see the threading stops, and they said that's going to cause all sort of issues with standard grip screws, and you're going to have to get a proprietary Anderson screw. So I mounted this pistol grip on this lower just to show you guys. This is a Hogue pistol grip and I believe AR Stoner screw and washer that I purchased from Midway. Just a standard part, nothing special. And you can see it's tightened down all the way, and there's still plenty of threads left. So I don't know if that's mil spec or not. What does mil spec even mean? But it's working just fine for me with a standard AR Stoner screw. The next thing I heard was, you know, there's all sorts of finish issues, and there's bare metal showing through, and there's, you know, machine marks out the wazoo, and stuff doesn't fit. And I guess maybe I jumped the gun with this video, and I can't comment on that just yet because I haven't installed any lower parts kits in these. But I'm going to do what I wish a lot of other reviewers had done, because a lot of them just took it and flipped it around and says, yeah, this thing is great, this is amazing, this is the best deal ever, and then they set it back down. I probably have a mark on that one now. To test Anderson's finish. But what I wish they did was just took their time and showed you some real insane close-ups. You know, there's a little dust on them from shipping, but I mean, I think I remember seeing people complaining that there was burrs in here and they couldn't fit their parts and everything sucked, and you know, I'm just not seeing any of that. I mean, that looks great. It looks great. I'm pretty impressed If we go inside, you know, you could see some very light machining marks in there, but nothing, you know, nothing crazy, nothing terrible. The only place I noticed on this one where there was any cosmetic machine marks was right there. I don't know if you could even see it. Yeah, see, there's a little bit right there. But hey, nothing crazy. The next big complaint I saw was they said these blowers are no longer mil spec because they drilled the hole for the buffer retaining plunger farther forward than my name your brand blower, and that sucks and screw you Anderson. And if you look at that, there's not much metal there in front of that plunger, okay? And if you pick up the spikes lower, you could see where, you know, they may think that looks like that is drilled significantly farther back. Let me try and pick both of these lowers up at the same time without scratching the crap out of them. Yeah, there you go. You know, you could see where people would think that. I mean, it looks that way. But I actually measured these with a caliper, and maybe it's not the best place to measure them from, but if you measure rearward, those holes are in the exact same place. Where the difference lies is the Anderson lower, the cutout right here is actually machined rearward about 1/4 of an inch farther than the spikes. So the plunger retaining hole is in the exact same place. It's just there's more material removed from the Anderson. And so you can see a little bit of machining marks in the spikes too, you know. But it's not crazy. Okay, the other big complaint was they said, by golly, my PMags don't drop free. These things are junk. So I went and I grabbed a PMag. Hopefully I could do this with one hand without killing you too bad. And I slid a PMag in. Come on, focus you. There we go. Slid a PMag in, and there's obviously no parts kit in here, but just for sake of demonstration, I said, oh boy, voila, maybe the internet's onto something here. You know, that, man, why will I not focus? There we go. I said, maybe the internet's onto something. That mag is not coming out of there. That's an empty mag. So I said, okay, all right. PMags don't drop free. So then I said, you know, these are my older PMags that I've had for years. That one was made in, I don't know if you guys could see it, 2012. Yeah, that's a 2012 PMag. So I went and I dug through and I found a newer one. It's one of these ones with the ridges on it. I guess this is a M3. I stuck that one in there. Look at that, it drops free. So this claim of the PMags not dropping free is definitely plausible, because I guess the older ones, the dimensions were a little different. These may not drop free. You may be able to do a little sanding on them and get them to drop free, but the newer PMags drop free just fine. And I'm not going to do it for the sake of the video, but the GI aluminum mags slide in and out like butter on these things, so there's no problem there. Let's see, is that everything I wanted to go over? Yeah, I do believe so. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I noticed, and it's not the issue, but I measured the thickness of the magazine well once I noticed that the mags weren't dropping free, and the Anderson, the magazine well wall on this side, I couldn't really measure this side because the you know what that's called. This magazine wall right here was actually 1/1000th thicker on the Anderson. But the reason why these mags aren't dropping free, it's actually the end-to-end dimension. If you stick this mag in there and you look at it this way, you can't see light on the top and bottom, and you can with the spikes, and you can with the magazines that drop free. So it's the end-to-end dimension that's causing it not to drop. But anyways, this video is running long, and nobody cares about AR-15s right now. Well, at least nobody cares about buying them. So the prices are low, and if you don't have a pile of these in the back of your safe waiting for a rainy day, today might be the day to pick some up. 3 of them out the door for $110, and the quality looks great to me. Dare I say, I almost feel a little foolish for paying $125 for that one, although it does have this sweet roll mark that my wife really loves. That's all I got, and hopefully I see you sooner than has been since my last video. Alright, thanks for watching.